Hello, guys. Welcome back. So, Asmodeus is extremely happy. He's wagging his little tail this week. I had listened to a lady, and I really didn't think of her being Catholic, but she claims to speak with angels and everything. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I'd been doing angel work recently, and then she went into the Catholic thing. As a former Catholic, I should have seen this coming, but I'm like, oh, dear Lord, baby Jesus. Even the church will tell you now, they're starting to tell people maybe we made up a metaphor. But she starts going on about hell and how she knows all these things about hell and she could tell you and there are bad things out there. And I felt Asmodeus bristle up behind me, little Mr. Puff Puff puffed out, and I was like, oh, this is bullshit. So I turned it off and I said, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I wouldn't have put you through that intentionally. I didn't know she was gonna pull that out of there. And, he was just so happy that I said that. I said, of course I'm going to take your side. This is utter bollocks. We can't keep blaming what we do on spirits that tempted us to do something. I'm like, what's the bad thing you're tempting me to do? Oh, that's right. You're in charge of science and math. You're so evil. And he's like giggling. Liberal arts. He will give you a college education. That's how evil he is. And the funny thing is, I went to a Catholic college and it was a liberal arts college. So apparently it was the College of Asmodeus. And the house of laughter back there. And, they talk out of both sides of their mouth. That's what puzzles and frustrates me. The church will say they believe in science, but then science is from the devil. The church believes in mathematics. The church is so proud of their educational foundations and how intelligent they are, and yet if it's science or math they disagree with, is from the devil. Convenient system you have there. It's like, really? So, and I'm not trying to knock stuff if you're Catholic. I grew up being taught that, and I would always be the one to ask the questions of, but if God gave us science, how can the devil influence it? And they would get really mad. Um, and so the angels are in the sun, and I'm going back to, for lack of a better word, demon work, old god work, whatever word makes you care, happy. And Asmodeus is wagging his little tail, and Lucifer came around, and we're keeping busy. We're making sure everything in the house is shipshape, and we're making sure we're staying on top of our chores. And I went outside to take pizza crust to the birds. I think I feed mainly crows, but they count. I'm hearing, yeah, back here. And it was so nice because far, far away I could hear somebody playing the radio. So it's kind of in the 40-ish, 50-ish range today. It's going to be in the 70s tomorrow. People are trying to get back to life as normal. People are trying to support each other. So it is pretty good. And overall it was just another day for us. For us, for people that have, I talked about some of the videos. If you have chronic illness, if you have an immune system that's naturally depressed, this is life is normal for you. I kind of felt a mixture of a little bit of sympathy for those of you that aren't used to it and the natural reaction of people with chronic illness. Oh, the little baby has to stay home 2 weeks. So sad for you. And, you know, and it's just, we're not trying to be bitter, but at the same time, I was talking with Asmodeus because he's very honest and he will just drag your feelings out. I said, as a person with chronic illness, I'm sympathetic to people having their lives disrupted, but at the same time, I'm a little pissed off and more than a little envious that when this ends, the rest of humanity gets to go back to going out to work and having fun trips and everything else. And those of us that were sick, it's not like we're going to come through the other side, healthier. Um, I said, I'm just a little pissed off and envious. I said, they all get to go back to all this fun stuff where those of us that have chronic illnesses just get to still sit at home and be bitter, bitter malcontents. I'm usually pretty good about it, guys. I'm actually not too chuffed about, traveling a lot. That's why I like the VR. I want to be there. I want to travel a little bit, but I don't want to travel a lot. Does that make any sense? Like, if we could teleport to places, that's how I would travel. So I got when we all back here. So, it's the thing. I really don't miss traveling. I did a lot of it in my youth and it was fun, but It's okay. I got my share, I think. I really did. And with VR, it's a great way to travel that way. And as for the rest of the stuff, I'm not the world's most social person. I'm really not. How I got a YouTube channel, I don't know. I asked, huh? Yeah, look, yes. For those of you that don't know, I actually was trying to revamp my writing career at one time a couple years ago. And I started this channel to make videos for each of my articles. Well, someone saw me making a channel. You could talk about me. I'm good. And he took over. So Loki came and he crawled over. And so we're going out of the angel phase and we're going into the demon phase. And they're all kind of a little grumpy right now because they know everybody's blaming them. This is not an angel handing out punishment or a demon spreading chaos. This is just nature, and nature's a son of a bitch sometimes. Um, what kind of makes me laugh is the people that are kind of really fluffy bunny, which I used to be. And, they think nature is all sunshine and roses and unicorn farts and getting giggles back here. And then they go out and they see animals eating their young and they see disease and they see, predators hunting prey and they see even prey eating their own babies and they're like, "Why?" It's nature. That's how always ran from the very beginning and will always run. It's not evil. It's nature. So, it's kind of a thing now. I think people are realizing this is just a part of nature. She's kind of red a tooth and claw. It's why people used to have nature gods and goddesses were pretty fucking ferocious. Look at Dionysus. He's known to bring the theater and all good things and the happy enlightenment that some wine can bring. And he's also known to bring madness and utter destruction too. Any god that's wild and connected to the nature like our gods, we know they have that dual side to their personality. They're never going to hurt us on purpose, but they can be a little wild. I have to tell Asmodeus sometimes he gets the snow leopard crazies, as I call them. I'm like, you're a little too strong, you're a little too wild. But claws in, baby, claws in. He's not trying to hurt me. He just gets excited and playful, and he's like, pounce. And I'm like, you're really big and strong. Do you realize that? And I don't think they realize their own strength. It's like if you had a snow leopard and they wanted to pounce on you. They're trying to be gentle, they're trying to be, but they're just so damn strong. I'm like, baby, you're really strong. You have to remember. I don't think Asmodeus or the other demons are really used to really close contact with humans. So sometimes when they pounce on you playfully, it's like it's really strong energy. You're like, baby, have you ever actually interacted with people before? You're really strong. And I don't mean like it's like The Exorcist or a horror movie and there's a demon literally pouncing on you. You can just feel their energy. It's really strong. So the demons are in high spirits. We gave the angels their time. We're going back into demon time. Spoke to a particular guardian angel. I told him, "You're always going to be my brother, sweetheart, but he's a company man," so to speak. And I said, "You just don't understand. I literally am not that anymore. I never was that. I love you, and it's kind of endearing, but if even God's telling you to cool your jets, you need to go off and think about how humans actually are." I said, "I'm a priestess of Dionysus." That was his idea to give me that title, by the way. I don't consider myself as such. And I said, I'm always going to be loyal to Dionysus and to all the others and Asmodeus and everyone else. So it was kind of like the angels were coming around, the archangels were coming around. Raphael was taking some looks at Asmodeus. I said, don't you even fucking start. And he was just looking at me. He said, I'm not going to do anything. I said, don't you dare. And Asmodeus just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the rest of them too, like Satan, Lucifer, like, she loves us. Da, 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 da. I don't have that experience of angels will just go after them, but it's kind of like two very different cultures for me, if that makes sense more. But it was like, don't you even fucking start. This is my house. They are my family. You're my family too, but I will kick your ass out. So we're getting back to life as normal, and we're having a lot of fun. It's always fun when the demons come forward and they're prancing about and having fun, and they're appreciative of having this time because sometimes when things get tough, they either get the right utter loons or they get people abandoning them, and there's no reason to abandon any gods now. There's no reason to abandon our gods or anything else. And if I'm breathing heavy, by the way, it's my goddamn fucking allergies. I went outside, that was a mistake. So I'm okay, guys. I'm healthy, as healthy as I can be. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.